initially, I mean, it's the University of Virginia. I think it's a great university. It's extremely high academics, high excellence, standards of excellence in every area. And I think that the university speaks for itself. And I really believe that the kids are here to compete. And I just think that will bleed itself over onto the field. I can't help but think that it's possible, and it's pretty green and ripe and ready to go.
You coached at Liberty briefly as an assistant, I believe. What were some of your impressions of UVA when you were over at Liberty?
Yeah, I think anytime you're coaching in state, you just don't take anybody really lightly. And so this was, I think 4 or 5 years ago, and 6 years ago actually, and they're just competitive. We knew we had to get out there and play our best. I think we split a couple times with them, and so always somebody that could sneak up on you, so you really couldn't take any time off, and you had to stay really focused. And that was kind of my impression back then, and I think that it's pretty similar now.
How would you describe your coaching style?
I'm very collaborative. I like to work with the kids. I really am big on development, and I think that facilities and all those things don't dictate how you play the game. I like to hustle, I like to work hard, in and out. I'm very efficient with the time at practice. And honestly, I have fun. Softball's fun, and if you're playing and coaching and you're not enjoying what you're doing, you just got to get out. So I really enjoy what I do, and I like to collaborate with the staff and with the kids, and we're in it together. It's a team.
Can you take us through maybe the interview process a little bit and how that went? Did you kind of connect with Craig or John Oliver or whoever those people were involved in that?
Yeah, well, the position came open and we were in the regional, so I really didn't do too much until we had finished, and it was kind of a tough finish for us, at Baton Rouge. So after that, there's a couple of days, and I'd connected actually with Miss Valerie and just kind of expressed a little bit of interest based on it's the University of Virginia. This is home for me, and it was a pretty fast track in terms of getting here and communicating with them, and it just kind of aligned and worked really well. And if I had to go somewhere, love my kids and the situation, but if I had to go somewhere, this is exactly where I wanted to be.
And then just one more before I let these guys jump in. You mentioned that need to have fun is kind of your coaching style. Word on the street is you're a big karaoke person.
I can sing a little bit. I did sing the national anthem my junior year of college on senior day. So I do have a couple of songs that I can bust out and pull out, but you'll have to wait till season, and I'll give it to you. How about that?
I don't like it. Well, thanks.
Absolutely.
I could keep going.
You got it. I'm here.
So you have. Go ahead. Sorry.
What are your biggest expectations for the program?
Yeah, I think for me it's to compete all the time. I think that I come from a background where we've had to work and grind, and that's what I know. That's who I am, and so there's no excuse to not work and to not compete and not to play the game hard and play the game the right way. And so to me, I believe that, and I think that will equate into success. I really believe that.
And your biggest goal for the program?
We just want to get better. We want to keep improving and grow and develop. I think that there's good kids. I think this is a great institution. It's a great situation, and I think I'm coming into a great situation. And expectations is to get better every single day. And I kind of live my life by work in silence and let success make the noise. And I think that that's kind of how we are and what I believe and where we're going to go.
Do you, facilities-wise, are there things you want or on your wish list here, or what's your take on coming in here with the setup and how everything is?
I think I said earlier, I don't believe facilities have anything to do with how you play and how you coach. Obviously, everybody, facilities is a big deal across the country, and everybody talks about that. I think as time progresses and things move forward, if we can do our part and bring it together on the field, that's a conversation that we can have with the administration at the right time. But I've been here 2 days, and so I think as with time will come some ideas and some thoughts and some goals and some dreams, and we're always got to be looking ahead. You got to be progressive and looking to the future, but I really think it's important to bring it on the field first, and everything will work itself out.
Growing up as a kid, did you have any sports idols in either coaching professional
Oh my gosh.
or playing professional?
So I grew up at Angel Stadium in Anaheim, and Tim Salmon, at the ripe age of 10 years old, I thought I was going to marry him. I really did. I had the jersey, the pants. mean, I was the kid in the front row in, the early mid 90s that like I was in love with Tim Salmon. He was a Rookie of the Year. He was awesome. And then they won the World Series in 2002 and tickets got really expensive. So, after the strike and went 94, 95, kind of dampened things. But it's Tim Salmon and Mike Trout. It's like two fish, right? Like awesome. Like I love that. So those are my buddies.
You still consider yourself like a California girl, I guess, at heart?
Actually, I think that being in the South I think I was maybe a Southern soul that grew up on the West Coast. I love my time in Virginia. I love my time in Louisiana. I think when I met Bill, I called him Mr. Bill, and I got in trouble a little bit, so he didn't like me calling him Mr. Bill. But I love the South. I love this area, and the weather in the West Coast is excellent, but I'm really happy on this side.
And Craig and the powers that be here, had they give you any indication of what their goals for the program are in terms of maybe making an NCAA
Sure.
or anything tangible like that?
No, I think for them it's changing. It's developing a championship culture, and I think that will lend itself to the appearances and the ACC tournament. I definitely think being in the ACC tournament is for me something that's a goal and it's doable, like without a doubt, and early on. But I think when you build a championship culture, those things will come, and so that's kind of what we've discussed and talked about. And I think that it'll work itself out.
And you have a lot of returners, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So that you come in kind of with a good situation in that regard.
Yeah, they were really young last year, and so they have experience under the belt. I've been able to communicate with most of the returners and incoming freshmen, and so they're ready. They're ready to work. The feedback has been extremely positive. It's been. I've been completely floored with everyone, so welcoming, and they're ready to go now. And so I'm need a little time to get my feet get settled a little bit, but they're extremely prepared to get after it. They're ready to come back in August.
One last hard-hitting question.
Uh-oh.
So you're obviously a female, and they used to have a male coach.
Yeah.
What do you think about that in terms of, going?
Yeah.
What kind of difference is that for them, if there is any, or your approach?
I think for me, like, you got to be who you are. And so every coach is different, male, female. I don't know that makes so much of a difference. I think every coach has their own thing, and you got to be true to that. So I think for me, it's about me being myself and being comfortable with who I am and my style and my leadership, and just kind of living to that and not trying to be something I'm not. And so I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. I just think at this point I need to be Coach Joe and do what Coach Joe does and develop and find a staff that's going to complement that, and slowly develop that into the kids also.
Day 2, what's on deck?
Yeah, I don't know. No, so it's been pretty busy adapting to the area and just getting familiar with everything. I've been on my phone with the Google Maps app a lot. So it's just kind of getting used to the Virginia way and what they do here at Virginia, and I'm excited about that. And been in the office a little bit, getting to know all the staff. Everybody has been so helpful with directing me, telling me where to go, HR, paperwork, all that stuff. So I think I've got about a week and a half till I get on the road and get out recruiting. So I've got some time to figure out life a little bit and adapt, but everybody has been phenomenal, and I feel like I'm probably 4 or 5 steps ahead of where I thought I'd be at this point. So it's really good.